Okay, so we're once again here with Stuart Nickerson, and this time we're talking about your distillery up in the on the Shetlands.
Okay.
Saxa Vord it's called. Where's it situated?
Saxa Vord Distillery is situated on the most northerly inhabited island in the UK, in Scotland. How to get there? You take an overnight 12-hour ferry journey from Aberdeen to the main town in Shetland, which is Lerwick. And once you land there the next morning, you then have to drive another 3 hours to get to the distillery. 3 hours and 2 ferry journeys. So we're as far north as you can go. After us, there is some cliffs and some puffins, and that's it.
How many people are living on this island?
There's 500 people on the island.
So much, okay.
It's a reasonable size. There used to be a lot more because it was a Ministry of Defence listening post during the Cold War in case the Russians ever came over. And that is what my business partners bought. They bought the business, the old site. And we got together in 2013 and we started producing gin, but always had the plan to build our own whiskey distillery.
An excellent gin I want to add because I really like this one. And you have quite some variety of gin that you produce there?
We produce a variety of gins, some using local botanicals. We bring out a number of special products each year, and in fact we brought out a cask-aged Navy Strength gin.
Okay.
So that's our link to whiskey in the gin.
So this is all done to raise money for the distillery because distillery costs a lot of money.
It's partly done to raise funds, raise money, but it's also done, if you like, to prove to people that we could do it and to overcome all the logistical challenges. So now that we've worked out how to get botanicals and bottles to the island, we know how to get goods down to the central belt of Scotland. We have our own warehouse there. And in fact, we bottle a blended malt on the island, and we have bottled some single malts independently, and we may do that again this year.
Okay. So what are the plans now for the distillery? How do you want to proceed?
The plans for the distillery, and we're in serious discussion at this moment, the plans are we need to raise some funds, and we're seriously looking at the option of crowdfunding. If we do that, then if we crowdfund, which is more than likely, that is open to everybody in the European Economic Area, I believe.
And you will let us know when it's...
We will definitely let you know when that comes. The plan is to build the distillery in the same building where the gin still is and where the bottling is. And part of that building also has the area for the first maturation warehouse.
Okay, great. So you will mature the whiskey on site, right?
We will mature, we will do everything on site. We will distill, we will mature, we will bottle on site, and if we need to reduce it, we'll reduce it.
Great. So, I mean, that's a very special place up there, the northernmost inhabited island of Scotland. How does the climate there influence the maturation?
Right, if I can give you an idea, I was manager at Highland Park back in the 80s, and from Orkney you can see Scotland. When you come to Shetland, all you can see is Shetland and water, nothing else. We're closer to Norway than we are to Aberdeen. We're closer to the Arctic Circle than we are to London. So it's very special. The temperature is more temperate than anywhere else in the UK, which means it's colder than anywhere else in summer. It can be a bit warmer in winter. It just doesn't really freeze. It's a very stormy climate, totally surrounded by water. It can be very humid, damp, salty marine environment. I can't say exactly what I'll do, but I believe we will have more marine influence than any other whiskey from Scotland.
Are you thinking about doing a peated style, or?
My plan is to try and learn from everything I've done in the past. I want to produce something that's unique, probably more a Highland style of whiskey with a bit more flavour, but two different versions, one of which will be peated and one which won't be peated. The peat will not be as strong as an Islay whiskey, somewhere between an Islay and a Speyside style peated.
Do you think that maturation will take longer on the island than anywhere else? Or?
I do, actually. I think it will take longer for it, just because we're a bit colder, longer dark nights. We don't get much sun in winter at all. Having been up there in winter, I know what it's like. Having been in summer, I know the sun never really sets.
Okay.
But I anticipate it'll take longer to produce. That doesn't worry me. It might take longer to get money, but if it's a longer, slow maturation, I think that'll give us extra body and depth too.
So another question. So about 2 years ago, I think you started bottling some single malts under the whiskey company label.
The Malt Whiskey Company, yeah. That's right. Which
they were all excellent. Are you planning to do some more?
We're always looking at the options. I look at the casks I have. There might be another one this year, maybe one or two this year, but probably no more than that quantity. I've tended to bottle just over 20-year-old single malts. There are some younger ones that I'm considering, but we might actually take them all the way to Shetland to bottle them, and bottle them under the Shetland label.
They're all your private stock, aren't they?
They're all my own private stock, yes.
And could there be a new Glen Glasser from you?
I do have some younger Glen Glassers, so that is a possibility. I did actually bottle one for Canada this year, which was, I think it was a 5-year-old, almost 6. It was about a month short of its 6th birthday, which was 100% Sauterne cask from start to finish. That is very interesting.
Great, and with that nice outlook, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and
again,
enjoy your stay here in Munich.
As always, I will. Thank you.